emirate inside of the United Arab Emirates. Dubai is the second largest city in the United Arab Emirates with a population of 4 million people. We have more than 200 nationalities here, and we love the people as much as we love the city. We are happy to be part of the Global Radio Marathon for World College Radio Day. مرحبا فيكم. نحن في دبي في الإمارات العربية المتحدة، ونحن وايد حابين نشارك معكم، ولنا الشرف كبير أن نكون جزء من World College Radio Day. والحين on our show today we are playing some songs in Arabic. Hope that is okay with you. And if you are tuned in, then perhaps it is.
The song we just heard is called Khat Ahmar, and it is a song that talks about how the singer cannot bear to separate from his love, and how he could accept anything but for there to be distance between them. Our next song is about the greatness of Kuwait. The artist is called Isa Al-Marzoug, and it is here on Post Radio.
مصنع عسل بالذمة مديرة ملهمة كبيرة حق هالغرام اللي بالأفلام. شعب حبوب فطرية ميزة حصرية فينا لو بعد عام.
مصنع عسل بالذمة مديرة ملهمة كبيرة حق
هالغرام اللي بالأفلام. شعب دم عسل وبقلبته قلب عم يحب أرض حفظها فيه. يلا تحفظ لنا الكويت الحبيبة الكويت الحبيبة. يلا تحفظ لنا الكويت الحبيبة الكويت الحبيبة. مصنع عسل بالذمة مديرة ملهمة كبيرة حق هالغرام اللي بالأفلام. عسل بالذمة مديرة ملهمة كبيرة حق هالغرام اللي بالأفلام.
Radio.
We're Brave New Radio.
Esta é a Rádio Autónoma.
Burası İstanbul Teknik Üniversitesi Radyosu.
Dette er Radio Nova.
This is University Radio York.
Ito ang DZUP 1602. Kasali ka sa pakikinig ng World College Radio Day Marathon.
Post Radio.
Recently, a documentary was released on Netflix called The Social Dilemma. The film has been receiving a bit of attention, and it constantly listed on the top 10 most watched films in many countries, including here in the UAE. The film features several former executives and engineers from some of the world's top social media brands, and they speak about how social media companies use psychological techniques to boost attention to their platforms. This film is not strictly a straight documentary. It is more of a docudrama hybrid in the way it presents and tries to get across some of these points.
Joining us now on Post Radio is Inas. She is the social media manager for the MBRSC school. Inas, can you tell us about the social media that you manage, please?
Hello all. I'm the media coordinator here at the MBRSC. At the MBRSC, we have several social media platforms. We use Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. To be honest, the Instagram platform is the most engaging one. We have like the most engagement platform on our Instagram account. We usually use hashtags to attract the audience.
And ask, please tell our listeners how they can check out the school's social media.
So our account is MBRSC_AUD. So they can reach us by searching to our name, MBRSC_AUD. And to engage people, we share with them live photos from the school, from our professors, from the classes. We used to make it like personal to our school and to make it more engaging. And we use several hashtags related to the media, several hashtags. For Twitter, we use it like for the main news. We don't like make details for the post. Like we say only the topic and the main news. For Instagram, it's different. We use like engaging photos with the details of the news.
Inas, do you feel that social media can be addictive?
Yes, social media is addictive nowadays because we are always on the phones. So we are checking our social media maybe more than 20 times a day. We say at least 20 times. So it is addictive for our generation.
And how can our students manage their social media?
Students can manage their social media by, for example, setting a time frame for their time spending on social media. They can use the screen time that, for example, iOS system provides, so they can know how many or how much time they use social media daily. So they can manage their time and they can control it from this screen time application.
What do you think, Rashid? Is social media going to be the end of us all?
I think we need to manage it well. As Inas said, this is the best solution that she can give us right now, which is this time saver. It is available on iOS, and I think this is the best thing that we have right now, and we need to work on it more.
While we all think about that, we have a song to play now. This is Ya Habibi by Mohamed Ramadan on Post Radio.
J'aurais supporté les larmes qui me traversent le corps et qui font couler mes larmes. J'aurais supporté les balles, dissocier le bien du mal, les yeux recouverts d'un voile. Mais j'ai su voir dans ton âme, j'y ai vu de nombreuses vagues et des plantes qui se fanent. Donc j'ai dû briser le vase qui contenait ton esprit. Ya Habibi, tu es tombé comme la pluie. T'as déboulé dans ma petite vie, dans ma ville comme un ovni. Puis t'es parti comme le jour qui laisse place à la nuit. Et quand t'es parti, ton absence a laissé place à l'ennui.
هقول لك كلمة واحدة أبرك من كلام كتير. ما بعرفش أكون رومانسي لكن عليكي بغير. مش بثبت لك إني جامد ولا عايز أبقى تقيل. أنا بناديكي يا حبيبي، بناديكي تعالي لي، بناديكي أنا هنا، بناديكي تعالي لي، بناديكي يا حبيبي، بناديكي أنا هنا، بناديكي يا حبيبي، بناديكي يا حبيبي.
Ya Habibi, tu es tombé comme la pluie. T'as déboulé dans ma petite vie, dans ma ville comme un ovni. Puis t'es parti comme le jour qui laisse place à la nuit. Et quand t'es parti, ton absence a laissé place à l'ennui.
مالي أنا ومالها، مالها خليها في حالها، حالها مش هجر شكلها ما أنا عارف إنها هترجع تاني بمزاجها. حبيبي يا حبيبي يا حبيبي يا حبيبي، حبيبي يا حبيبي يا حبيبي يا حبيبي.
J'aurais supporté les larmes qui me traversent le corps et qui font couler mes larmes. J'aurais supporté les balles, dissocier le bien du mal, les yeux recouverts d'un voile. Mais j'ai su voir dans ton âme, j'y ai vu de nombreuses vagues et des plantes qui se fanent. Donc j'ai dû briser le vase qui contenait ton esprit. Ya Habibi, tu es tombé comme la pluie. T'as déboulé dans ma petite vie, dans ma ville comme un ovni. Puis t'es parti comme le jour qui laisse place à la nuit. Et quand t'es parti, ton absence a laissé place à l'ennui.
واحدة أبرك من كلام كتير. ما بعرفش أكون رومانسي لكن عليكي بغير. مش بثبتلك إني جامد ولا عايز أبان تقيل. أنا بناديكي يا حبيبي بناديكي تعالي لي بناديكي أنا هنا بناديكي تعالي لي بناديكي يا حبيبي بناديكي أنا هنا بناديكي يا حبيبي بناديكي يا حبيبي
Ya Habibi, tu es tombé comme la pluie. T'as déboulé dans ma petite vie, dans ma ville comme un ovni. Puis t'es parti comme le jour qui laisse place à la nuit. Et quand t'es parti, t'en as sans à laisser place à l'ennui.
Habibi, ya Habibi, ya Habibi, ya Habibi. Habibi, ya Habibi, ya Habibi, ya Habibi.
Ya Habibi.
يا حبيبي يا حبيبي
يا حبيبي يا حبيبي
يا حبيبي يا حبيبي.
According to World College or Campus Radio Day headquarters, the theme for this year's Global Marathon is Global Solidarity Rocks. This is a common theme for Dubai as we live in a city that has people from all over the globe. Dubai is super diverse. It is definitely one of the most diverse cities on the planet. So we are proud to be part of the World College Radio Day with this theme of global solidarity. We have two more songs for you now, Magula and Low, here on Post Radio.
كانوا يقولوا لي بس ما أصدق حكي لي قالوا قلت غشيم ايش قد جنيت دريت وجهك مشيت بعدني ما طحيت لعن وين الملا تبيع اللي وداك ولا جنك هذاك اللي بحبه مدين دايم ولا جنك هذاك اللي بحبه مدين. معقولة هي جسوب واحد حبك مهايل منك مرجية حبيتك أكتر من روحي تروح الغيري ليش شبيه واصل وياك الحالة شوف الطيبة سوت بيه حبيت الما يستاهلني آسف حيل وحقي علي واصل وياك الحالة شوف الطيبة سوت بيه حبيت الما يستاهلني آسف حيل وحقي علي. وقفت بعينك أيام والعشرة ومواقف ما تنعد شو أسوي لك بعد خسرت الجاني لك حبيبك والسند صرت وتمكنت علي تكبرت يا طيرش ما طريت مصيرك هم تريد يا هيا يا هيا هيا هيا يا طيرش ما طريت مصيرك هم تريد. معقولة يطلع من عندك كل هذا سبحان الغير تفكيرك روح ادفع كفارة ذنبك يا الحالف ما صير لغيرك وراح اتعلم ابقى بدونك اجا وقت الفرقة وتغييرك لو احتاجك احمل روحي سويت الصح كثر خيرك راح اتعلم ابقى بدونك اجا وقت الفرقة وتغييرك احتاجك احمل روحي سويت الصح كثر خيرك.
This is World College Radio Day.
A day where college radio stations across the globe unite to celebrate the most powerful medium.
Radio is like word of mouth that very much influences whatever's going on.
This is World College Radio Day.
ورجعنا لكم على بوست راديو. أنا راشد، واليوم بنتكلم عن تكنولوجيا النانو. تكنولوجيا النانو بالإنجليزية نانو تكنولوجي هي تقنية تعمل على دراسة المادة وفهمها ومراقبتها بأبعاد تتراوح ما بين 1 و100 نانومتر، واللي يمكن استخدامها في جميع المجالات العلمية المختلفة مثل الفيزياء والكيمياء والبيولوجيا والهندسة أيضاً. الجدير بالذكر أن مصطلح تقنية النانو أو تكنولوجيا النانو يتعلق بالفهم الأساسي للخصائص الفيزيائية والكيميائية والبيولوجية على المقاييس الذرية والجزيئية. يعني باختصار يا كوثر، بيكون يستخدم النانو في صنع تقريبا كل شيء نقدر نتخيله، يعني مثل طبعة ال 3D نقدر نصنع أي شيء. حاليا قريت مقال على الانترنت عن سيارة BMW استخدموا الكفر أو البادي مال السيارة وصنعوا بادي كامل للسيارة لونه أسود، يعني اللي يسمونه داركست دارك، باستخدام تكنولوجيا النانو. شو رأيك في الموضوع أو فوائد تكنولوجيا النانو؟ توفر تكنولوجيا النانو العديد من الفوائد التي تدخل في العديد من المجالات الحياتية، فهي تساعد على تحسين العديد من القطاعات التكنولوجية والصناعية إلى حد كبير، مثل تكنولوجيا المعلومات والطاقة والطب وأيضاً الأمن الوطني وسلامة الأغذية، كما أنها تعمل على تكييف هياكل المواد في مقاييس صغيرة جداً لتحقيق خصائص محددة لها، حيث يمكن من خلالها تقوية فعالية المواد مع أن تكون خفيفة الوزن. يعني على سبيل المثال تقدر تصنع لك بيت كامل بس وزنه يكون أخف بوايد أو أخف بكثير من الوزن المعتاد عليه. النانو سيستم يستخدم النانو في صناعة الأشياء بس بشكل مختلف وأسرع وأخف وزنا.
And that's all we have on that. Now back to more music. Here is Low by Saif Nabil on Post Radio.
لو خلي روحي بروحك اني بروحك هم تلقاني وما احب غيرك ثاني. لو غيرك كل الدنيا انطوني صدق ما يبعدوني وحبك ما ينسوني. ما ترمش عيني بدونك احبك وحياة عيونك. اتنفس من انفاسك عجبني بكل احساسك. لو نفرض منك ازعل قلبي يعاند ما يقبل. ولو اخلي روحي بروحك اني بروحك هم تلقاني ما احب غيرك ثاني. لو يبقى آخر يوم بعمري ويطلع شيب بشعري عطرك يبقى بصدري. لو تسمح لي آخر مرة أحكي لك سر بيني وبينك أطلب روح أنطيلك. عايش وحدك بنفاسي عفيتي وجنتي وناسي. لا خليش يحجون اتركهم يقلدوك وما تقلدهم. حيل بطبعك ضاغطهم ما يدوخوك مدوخهم. لو خلي روحي بروحك اني بروحك هم تلقاني ما احب غيرك ثاني. ترمش عيني بدونك أحبك وحياة عيونك لو أتنفس من أنفاسك عجبني بكل إحساسك لو نفرض منك أزعل قلبي عاند ما يقبل.
Coming to you from Media City in the heart of Dubai, this is Post Radio at the American University in Dubai.
We are back on Post Radio. This is World College Radio Day. It might also be called World College Podcast Day. Our show was produced online as we are practicing social distancing and staying safe during the COVID situation. This has probably been the case at more than a few campus radio stations around the globe as well. Our next song is about how words are just not enough sometimes to describe feelings. The artist is called Saad Al-Mujarrad and the song is Abdul Kalam.
Today is World College Radio Day. Today is World College Radio Day.
On Friday, October 2nd, students from all around the world come together for World College Radio Day.
For more information, please visit worldcollegeradioday.com.
You can also look on our social medias. Check out World College Radio Day on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Rajo, Rajo, Rajo, Rajo, Rajo, Rajo, Rajo, Katipunan, Rajo, Katipunan, Rajo, Katipunan, Rajo, Rajo, Katipunan, Rajo, Katipunan. Voice of the Blue Eagle, kami di mapipigil sa pagbabalitang tumpak at tama. Buhay at tenista, sa loob sa labas ng eskwela, ating ibibida lahat ng eskwela. Radyo, radyo, radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, radyo, radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Kawal ni Ignacio, Katipunero sugod, todo sa kayod, dunong at tulog. Lipat na Blue Eagle, galing giting nagigil. Blue and white, one big fight. Radyo, radyo, radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, radyo, radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, radyo, radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan.
Welcome to College Radio Day 2020.
This is Brett Michaels, the College Radio Ambassador, and I want to wish you an incredible, awesome, happy College Radio Day. You rock our world. Don't ever forget it. You are our future.
On the 2nd of October, student radios from all around the world will come together as one for World College Radio Day.
This year, more than ever, students from all around the world will unite for World College Radio Day.
This year's theme for World College Radio Day is Global Solidarity Rocks.
Across the globe, student radio stations are participating in this event to celebrate the important medium of college radio. I'm your host, Zeb Navarro, station manager of KKSM Palomar College Radio, and in this special one-hour program produced specially for College Radio Day, you will hear exclusive content you won't hear anywhere else but on College Radio. You will hear an interview with Brett Michaels, the official ambassador for World College Radio Day. You'll also hear interviews from David Ellefson of Megadeth, Jim Kerr of Simple Minds, Chris France of Talking Heads, Randy Blythe from Lamb of God, and many more. This year, our theme is Global Solidarity Rocks. So welcome to World College Radio Day.
Today is World College Radio Day.
Día Mundial de la Radio Universitaria. La radio como nunca antes la has escuchado.
College Radio Day is ready to rock the world.
Aujourd'hui, c'est World College Radio Day.
Idag är
World College Radio Day.
La giornata mondiale delle radio studentesche.
World College Radio Day. A day like you've never witnessed before.
This is David Ellison of Megadeth, and college radio rocks solidarity because music is the language that unites us all around the world.
Hola amigos, soy Cami y estás escuchando el Día Mundial de la Radio Universitaria.
This is Tatiana Hazel. You are listening to World College Radio Day.
Hey, this is Randy from Lamb of God, and college radio rocks because you should be listening to it while you're doing your freaking homework.
Bret Michaels is an American singer-songwriter, musician, producer, author, and actor. He gained fame as the frontman of rock band Poison, who have sold well over 45 million records worldwide, with 15 million records in the United States alone. The band has also charted 10 singles to the top 40 of the Billboard Hot 100, including 6 top 10 singles and the #1 single, Every Rose Has Its Thorn. Besides his career as frontman, he has several solo albums to his credit in a very successful solo career, has appeared in several notable films and TV shows, and is author of his debut book, Autoscrapography, Volume 1, which is now in its 4th print run. Bret Michaels is also a generous philanthropist, with his Life Rocks Foundation benefiting a myriad of charitable causes that affect everyone, from childhood cancer to diabetes to military support and pet charities. Thanks to Bret Michaels and the Life Rocks Foundation for their generous $10,000 donation in Bret Grants to help college radio stations that need it the most. World College Radio Day is delighted that Bret Michaels is our official ambassador for World College Radio Day 2020.
Welcome to World College Radio Day 2020. This year marks the milestone 10th anniversary of this celebration around the world. My name is Tara Cicchetti. I am joined via Zoom by fellow college radio DJs Stephen Rimbolo, Ben Petrick, and Brie Testa. And I am honored and excited to introduce our World College Radio Day ambassador, legendary musician, reality star, and now game-changing author, and living and breathing example of finding your groove. Bret Michaels, welcome to the show, man.
Thank you very much. And I got to tell you, I am honored to be here. I'm honored to be the college radio ambassador. And I'm going to say this early, not just early in my career, all through my career, college radio was incredibly important in not just starting it, but for where people that were involved in college radio and broadcast went to, and the stations they went to and running stuff. You are our future. You're the awesomeness of what is about to come. So I'm grateful to be here hanging out and more than ever honored to be the ambassador.
You recently released an autobiographical book titled Autoscrapography, Volume 1, where you share some of your life's stories.
When you're telling your life story, it's an autobiographical scrapbook diary. So what I wanted to do was be able to take every story. I took them, and I'm going back to my Polaroid picture days. I would take the picture, I would literally stick it on a piece of paper and start writing the story. And I said, this is the moments of impact. But what's going through your mind before it happens, while it's happening, after it happens, it gives people a real deep dive into whether it's a funny story, a crazy bus story, a getting to the stage story. You know, we call it getting to the Greek. That is life in general, is trying to just getting from one place to the other. And because I'm so hands-on as a musician, that I got into music literally for the love of music. You know, they say like a ball player, love of the game. I'm in it for the love of the music from day one till now. And I said in the opening of the book, most 2 powerful words in any language, thank you, I'm grateful, and that music is the soundtrack to everyday life. I think there's a lot of stuff in the autoscrapography that is just me. At times I would go out and take a photo, write something inspirational, and it travels through different things that have happened in my life, crazy stuff, to just being inspirational stuff of currently what we're going through right now. But what I wanted to do, most important to be the game changer, is I put a timestamp picture with every single story. You see my rusty old Opel that we were in when I got held at gunpoint. You see this when I was literally drowning in the beach in Caracas, Venezuela. You can't make it up. You see fans' feet in the background, and the water's coming out of my mouth, and I live to tell the story, to the crazy bus stories. But you see these timestamp photos. So I hope people get from this that inspiration is the whole purpose of it, that no matter what you're going through, you just find a way to get it done. And especially with you all and everybody, you are our future. You are our future, literally, and keeping this alive and well. And I'll give one piece of advice to everybody. Be passionate about what your groove is and sincere, and that will drown out everything else. If you're passionate and you find a way to get it done and have fun, that's a good day.
This is the 10th anniversary of World College Radio Day, and College Radio collectively chose you because of your entrepreneurship and your skills along with music and helping college students find their groove and take it to the next level.
Absolutely. And I want to say this too, with being able to talk to everybody about this and all the crazy things I've been through in my life, the one thing I wanted to get through to all the college students is, without a doubt, bet on yourself. And I say that over and over again. You can build yourself up from the ground up, know what you want to do, never lose ever that passion and sincerity. That's what'll carry you through everything, and I mean this, you got to have fun. Fun is important, but you got to get it done. And that's the gap. And when I say this, going from college, jumping out into the next level, the next world, right, is there's this unbelievable amount of talent. And then you got to be able to take that and be able to take not just the skills and the thrills, but you got to have the willpower to get it done. And I mean that you can have all this talent and all these dreams, but you got to be a drealist. And a drealist is someone who dreams big, but then a realist that gets it done.
I love that. That's a fantastic term. Like you said, college radio has been the foundation for many artists' careers. Is there an anecdote or an experience that you personally had with college radio? Maybe, slipping CDs under the DJ's doors, trying to get your music played on air. Anything like that you could share with us?
So many stories. And in fact, we'll get into this later in volume. I know we talk about the book, but in volume 2, I talk about some of my best stories. When we were first starting with our very first Cat Dragged In record, remember, it was an independent album. This was my signing day. There was no private jet, no limo, no none of that. My signing day was me sitting on the floor in El Segundo, California, in a warehouse at Enigma Records / Green World. So we were independent, distributed by independent. So we went down there, and I remember shrink wrapping my albums and barely having enough money to eat food. And I want to say this, the time of my life. I didn't know any better. This is what I wanted to do. This was my passion. And then the next thing I know, we were taking them to all the college radio stations, and they were playing Cat Dragged In, Talk Dirty to Me. They couldn't quite put their finger on us, but all the clubs were selling out, but no major record label wanted to touch us with a 10-foot pole. So we got to keep all of our publishing and got to keep our record deal. And then we shot one of our very first videos on a blue screen. We painted ourselves on an old wall in Northridge at the college, and it was incredible.
The cool thing about that is that any of those songs you mentioned that you were literally distributing yourself and that college radio was playing first, now are instantly recognizable from the first notes. And it's really cool to understand that we were people like us were part of that process from the get-go. That feels really good. And one of the hallmarks of your career and your life in general has been that what you said, things might not be easy, but you have to find your groove. It's something that you've been promoting with the Instagram videos, which is really cool. Right. On World College Radio Day, we're putting aside our rivalries, even with William Patterson over there. We let you come in. But that's okay. That's okay.
There's nothing wrong with a little good tension throwdown. There's nothing wrong with a little competition.
No, I'm not going to say anything about that, or that we're on air right now and you're not. We put that aside to celebrate what we do, though, for real. And William Patterson is amazing at it. So the $1 million question is this, right? In this year of words I can't say on air, right?
Right.
How does the world find its groove, and how do we do that when there's so much going on and there's so much to be afraid of?
It's an amazing question. So I say this for myself. Again, and we talked about being diabetic. But from age 6, I've found that I have to mentally stay positive. So what happens is, no matter what gets thrown at me, I decided early on in my life I was not going to be a victim. The world is in complete pandemic mode. There's no doubt about it. And the virus is real, meaning the coronavirus is real. It's not, someone's not making this up. And I said, for all the kids in high school, college, everyone that's going through this, when I say this, we're all in this together. But there's one thing I can tell everybody. You've got to, again, one of the most important things you got to do is remember that ability to stay positive. Like for me, I was on the road and had to come immediately off the road as diabetic. I knew I was in the highest risk category if you got the coronavirus. And so immediately coming off the road, quarantined myself from my children for 3 weeks. 3 weeks. And I'm one of the things I love is being a dad, right? So I'm quarantining myself from my kids. And I thought, I can spin this two ways. I can either have self-pity and I can fall into the fear and confusion, or little by little, brick by brick, build this back up and stay positive. And I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not trying to tell anybody it's easy, but I'll tell you that for me, I find that mind changes if you're positive, a mind changes the spirit and the spirit changes the body. And I think that if you can follow that, and find little things, not huge goals, just little goals, we're going to get back into this again. And I want to say, never once during it, this is one thing I did. For all the people that work with me, for me, in my company, all of them, never once thought about letting anyone go, never entered my mind. Never once did I not believe in our country coming back, the world. But I'm saying the immediate towns in our country coming back and doing extremely well, because I thought there is nothing else other than a murder hornet zombie apocalypse. I'm just saying, unless that happens, we're all in this together to make this great again.
Right. And I'm glad you brought that up, because it always feels like we need to, not just in this country, but with the rest of the world, get on the same page with this and really start to support each other, which is really hard because even in our state, we can't agree what to call Taylor ham. So
pork roll.
It's Taylor ham.
It's Taylor ham, dude. No, see, this took 3 seconds.
All right. Well, aside from breakfast meat, Brett, your Instagram has been full of content recently, starting with your acoustic rosebush sessions that took place on your ranch. And now most recently, you started the Find Your Groove sessions, which I think is really inspiring and incredible. You grab a guitar, you make a beat, and you just start playing. I'm a musician myself, and I give all props to you because I cannot figure out how to do that. But for a lot of students, myself included, it has helped us really find our groove, whether it's music taste or on-air personality, among many other things. So can you just kind of talk about what inspired the Find Your Groove sessions and what finding your groove means to you?
Absolutely. Like in this room we're in, we're outside. This room is the office area leading into the studio. When I tell you this sincerely, I pick up my guitar and it's therapeutic to me. And when I tell people find a groove, I want to make sure they understand find their groove. I know what I like to play. I know the instrument I like to play. I love all kind of music. I've talked to everyone about this. I mean, obviously I love my rock and roll and I love a guitar riff, but I love pop. I love alternative. I love country, R&B, hip hop. I can listen to all of it. It gets me fired up, right? Everyone's got to find what rocks their world and do it often, provided it's not evil. I'm saying, we're hoping what rocks your world isn't evil or malicious, right?
Right.
And when I say that, I pick up my guitar and I walk around like what you're seeing on Find Your Groove. I will pick up that guitar and walk up and down the hallway, stand outside, just play music. And it helps me emotionally, mentally, physically, just puts me in a great mood. And I tell people, music is a soundtrack to everyday life, and I've had to use it sometimes if I get really down. I've even thrown on some good old traditional Christmas music that, I'm not kidding you, it brought me to a good place. Whatever it is, it conjures up good blood, good memories. Mm-hmm. And I'm not kidding when I say this. Find that, and it will help you get through these ridiculously tough times right now.
Absolutely. That's really what has been helping me. I've just been jamming, whether it's on my acoustic or electric guitar. Most of the time it's rock. That's my main genre that I really love to jam to, but especially your music too has definitely helped get through this tough times, in the past 20 something years, you know, all that. So I can
Right.
definitely relate to that.
I just want to say, when I see you, we'll pick up that guitar and play. We'll pick up a guitar and we'll just jam. And that's what I said, that freedom. I call it freedom of sound. Whatever that is, that's what makes what you all are going to do. That makes it incredible. It's why I tell people, don't get cast that you have to only like one thing. Don't fall into that. Love, regardless of what it is, feel free to, and then you explore other kinds of music. And for me, I have certain songs that have to hit at certain things. If I'm working out, it's going to be different than if I'm just hanging out, relaxing, listening to Bob Marley or something. Like, you know what I mean? It just makes me right.
Right. To speak to that eclecticness, by the way, I remember getting your solo CD and the Sublime cover was on that record.
Yes.
You did What I Got. And it blew my mind. Like here's Bret Michaels, who has, you know, been there and done that with rock and is now beatboxing on the record.
Yes.
And killing it and doing what is almost a ska song, you know, or this real like laid back thing.
Right.
It's totally different. So I really see that, and I get that you really enjoy music, period, not just one thing.
Absolutely. You just said something that brought something up, talking about Sublime. What an incredibly great band, right? And good songs, good songs, right? But that, you know, that beatbox, when I'm doing these Find a Groove sessions that I'm doing right now, or Find Your Groove, that's how I started out. I'll come up with drums in my head, and all of a sudden I just start jamming a guitar to it, and I'm like, this is great. And I don't, for whatever this is worth, I think one of my blessings is I don't care what people think. I mean, if they're laughing, I can laugh at myself too. I'm self-deprecating. I know what I'm doing is probably a little different, but I also, with Sublime, everyone's like, that's not really your thing. And I said, it's all my thing. It's music. It's what you find that you like to do. And that Sublime song is great. And then when I played in concert as a solo artist, never once have people been like, why are you doing that with their arm? They're totally into it. And next thing I'm playing is Every Rose or Nothing But a Good Time. And it just segues right in.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to have to learn to play guitar, because before this Zoom chat started, they all had their guitars out. They were playing. If you're coming up and we're jamming, I got to learn.
Mine came from Mel Bay's Book of Chords. I went to the old, you know, looking at the dots on the thing, and then I decided, you know what, I'm just going to flip on a Zeppelin record, flip on some Skynyrd, and I was like, bow, and I would just by ear figure it out as I went.
All right, I'll be ready for when you come.
All right.
So on top of all this, we've been talking music. You've got the quotes, you've got the songs, now you've got the books, and you've been relentless, bringing really, you know, the pinnacle of entertainment. And so what would you say to the next generation, you know, the next person who's going to pick up a guitar and learn, like me, who's trying to get on radio? What's your advice to them?
Bet on yourself and find what rocks your world. So here's what happens to a lot of people. Genres change constantly. So one day it's, oh my God, it's rock. Then rock goes underground and it's contemporary country. Then contemporary country, it goes to this. Then it's, you know, everything's moving and changing. What you got to find is what you love, and then find a way to get that heard. And that's the gap. So here's this you that's creative. You got this great idea. Don't let the wall stop you. What you got to do is find a way through it, find a way over it, under it, around it. And I say this, don't ever let anyone's ego be bigger than their smarts. What I mean by that is, don't think because one of the other bands got signed quicker than you, it's over. Use all that to be resilient. Don't get upset. Don't take that. And if you do get pissed off, funnel it. I funnel it into being positive energy that can't be stopped. And I think the next music that's coming along, I mean, for me, I would love that, whether you're doing country, rock, pop, regardless of what it is, take your time and write an amazing song with an amazing story. I think you can't fail. It will remain timeless. Don't just write it for the moment. Write it that it's timeless. And I think you'll have a long career doing it. And I want to tell everybody this: had I not had a chance to continue touring and be successful doing this, I would have been in a cover band, maybe have worked a day job all week and been in a cover band with no shame because I would have enjoyed that. No matter what, I had to be around music. So even if that's what I did on the weekends, playing the cover band, I was great with that too. It's just the determination to write my own stuff is what got me here to talk to you. True story for all college students. The toughest song to write is a party song. Because when you're in the middle of partying and you're having a great time, your friends are having a great time, you don't really feel like sitting down and writing a song. But when something tragic happens, or heartbreak, or you lose somebody, or the times we're going through, it gives you an exact emotion. And that exact emotion makes for some of the best songs because you know exactly what you're focused on. So the toughest moments in your life, for me, losing my best friend, I wrote Something to Believe In. Every rose has its thorn. My heart got ripped out. And I Won't Forget You, about my family. The new song Unbroken I wrote with my youngest daughter. She was going through a really tough time, and we sat down and wrote it together. And those sometimes make the best songs.
I have a quick question, though. If all of college radio could play a request song for you, what would it be and why?
Depending on my mood, but I got to tell you, my go-to song when I need to get fired up. And when I say this to college kids, I want college all over. I need them to understand, I'm not saying that everything goes la-di-da. It doesn't work like that. It's how you take it and make it work. Don't self-implode. Go out there and bust that wall down, right? What I mean, for me, that worked is, for me, AC/DC's Thunderstruck. I don't know why. Every time I hear that, my head starts going. But it just gets me like, I'm going to go into the ring. I'm ready.
Yes.
Oh no,
that's me.
I messed it up. No.
Here we go.
Oh man.
Thunder.
Yeah.
Thunder. That is incredible. We're doing that. We're going to go live with that when I see you.
Oh,
all.
I'm down.
Oh, yes.
You think I'm making this stuff up? You won't.
Nope.
We're having a
I'll hold
party.
you to it. We have it recorded.
This party's on. This party.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
In closing out, I just want to say how honored I am, and I'm going to donate from my Life Rocks Foundation, not just money to the station and the college it wins, but also we'll match it to their charity. So it's a win-win. You do something incredible and then some money just for the station to party with. I want to tell you all, thank you so much. This has been awesome. And we got a lot to do. And let's go. Put me to work as the ambassador. We're going to make this great.
Awesome. You said it. We might not be able to change our circumstance, but we can certainly change and work with our attitude and how we approach it. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us. Thank you for always being a supporter and for your contribution to our music libraries, our actual libraries, and for entertainment. It's just been amazing to have you.
Well, thank you. And I'm honored. And we will all get together. We'll make this great. The minute they say we're good to go, I'm good to go. And I just wanted to say to all of you again, thank you, not only for, I'm saying back in the day when I started to right now, playing the music, keeping it real and awesome, but still being passionate about it. The world needs what you're all about to bring. So don't back out on me. All right?
We got you.
Thomas.
Got you. You guys have a great day, man.
You're listening to World College Radio Day 2020.
You're listening to World College Radio Day.
State ascoltando la diretta della giornata mondiale delle radio universitarie.
Ihr hört gerade zu den Welttag der Uniradios.
Estás escuchando el Día Mundial de la Radio Universitaria.
Also joining in 2020, Megadeth's Dave Ellefson, interviewed by WMSC's Chris Annunziata.
This is going to be the 10th anniversary of College Radio Day, and it's very important to us. And the theme of this year's World College Radio Day is Global Solidarity Rocks. And we have hundreds of radio stations tuned in. So my question to you is, how important is solidarity right now in our current time?
Well, look, music has always been the solidarity, you know? I mean, I try to stay out of all the political conversations and all that stuff because I think as an artist, as soon as you say I'm vanilla, you've immediately offended chocolate and strawberry and, butterscotch puddings too, you know what I mean?
That's the best way to describe it.
You know what I mean? So I just go, that's why we play music, man. As music it's the ointment that sort of, helps mend the wounds. It brings us all together. I mean, again, I'm lucky, with Megadeth that, as I saw it right away when we started traveling to Europe. Ironically, while we were on the Alice Cooper tour, we had to drop off for a couple of weeks and go to Europe and do our debut. And we played England, Holland, Germany, and France. And to just see our music translate, and again, back then it was no EU. I mean, these countries, they spoke different languages, still do, obviously, but to see our music translate despite the language barrier, and obviously even then political things between certain countries in the United States, I really consider myself lucky to be able to travel the world.
Oh, yeah.
Because, when you step off your shores and you see not only other cultures, but you sort of look back and see your own country through the eyes of, a foreigner.
Yeah.
Things can look a little different, and I've learned to go to foreign lands and again, you just kind of shut up, play your guitar. You can observe and take it all in, but you're not there. You're not some political ambassador for your own country. You're not there to get in and divide politics and religion and views. It's like they invited you to play your songs. Just shut up, play your songs. That's really my view on it.
Yeah, no, solid. And my other question to you is how important is college radio today? And if you have any story about college radio you'd like to share.
Well, look, these records behind me all started with college radio, and I think, there was a time, even when we got signed to Capitol Records, there's a company called Concrete Marketing. Our dear friend Bob Chaparty with Capitol Records, we would always hire Bob and Concrete because they would work the more street level marketing. We would make sure that Capitol Records had a great radio department. I remember, I think on Countdown to Extinction, me and Dave and Marty, because we all lived in LA at the time, we'd drive over the hill to the Capitol Tower there on Vine and Hollywood. And we'd sit there for hours on the phone with people just like yourself all around the country, calling in, just saying, hey, thanks for playing our record, and doing liners and stuff. And college radio is so synonymous with the heart of metal, because metal is a groundswell. Metal doesn't start at the top. It starts always down here with the people. It's music of the people, by the people, for the people. It really is. And yeah, look, we've been lucky enough to have MTV and to have these big, the Grammys and these big top level things pull us up into their stratosphere. But, we learned with MTV, didn't we, years back, that one day they turned us off and played Seattle music, and then one day MTV just pretty much all but went away, Yeah. And to that end, MTV's got a very vibrant pulse over in Europe. They don't play a lot of metal music. They play a lot of other types of very, I think, kind of interesting music, So to me, the one supporter the supporters who have always been there for Megadeth and myself, as always, are fans who made us. They made us who we are. The life I have is because of them. And college radio just runs concurrently there with them. And every record we put out with EMP Label Group and Combat Records, we always hire the radio promotion people to go out and work college radio and to work metal radio, because it's important you build a house from the bottom up, not the top down.
And it's like Jose Megan, he started from college radio, and look at him now, one of the biggest stations at Sirius XM.
Yeah, and the reason is because he's believable, because he tells the truth in who he is as a personality,
honest,
and his belief, and that's really what college radio is. College doesn't have to always deal with, certain levels of advertising, and there's just certain, bureaucracies, and of course they have their own because they're part of a college radio station and all, or part of a college campus and stuff like that. But boy, I tell you what, if you really want to get your music down into the ears, the earballs, as I call them, eyeballs and eardrums, the earballs of a youthful audience. And youth always drives the future of music. Legacy acts, which Megadeth would be now, we've done all that work. We're a legacy band with, several generations that listen to us. But if you're a new artist or driving a new record or a new single, it's important to be down with the youth, because they really are the future of that record, and they're the future of all young artists, period.
Hey, this is Dave Mustaine from Megadeth, and I support college radio because without college radio, Countdown to Extinction probably wouldn't be a double platinum record. For several days, David Ellefson and I went into the Capitol Records Tower and pounded the phones, calling all the college radio stations in the U.S. So I'm very grateful to College Radio. You guys rock.
What's up, everybody? This is Des Fafara from Devil Driver and Coal Chamber. You are listening to College Radio Day around the world. I support college radio, but don't ask me to do your homework.
I'm Scarlett Hilario, station manager for UTA Radio at the University of Texas at Arlington. Being a part of college radio gave me hands-on experience, connected me to people who are a part of the industry, and I was lucky enough to meet a few famous people. Be a part of college radio, and happy College Radio Day.
This is World College Radio Day.
UTA Radio broadcasts from the University of Texas at Arlington. They recently caught up with singer-songwriter and college radio supporter Lily Hiatt.
With the great Lily Hiatt. The new album is out. It's called Walking Proof. Well, let me tell you, we came around into your orbits with your last album, the third album, Trinity Lane. And now we're with the new album. So tell me the difference here. What's the difference between Trinity Lane and now Walking Proof?
Trinity Lane came as solace from a tumultuous time, and Walking Proof comes out of it kind of occupies a different space, maybe a bit of a more serene place.
I think that's what we noticed with Trinity Lane. It seems more like a rocker kind of album. At least hearing it. This one, not as much, I guess. Were you going for something different stylistically?
It's so interesting to hear people's, understanding of stuff. Because, it is a little more mellow, I think, this record. I wasn't really going for anything different. I mean, I'm never really going for something. It's just kind of happening. So I'm always aiming to, I like working with people that come from the rock and roll world, so it has a bit of edge to it. I like that, but I think the songs just ended up being a little more relaxed in their nature.
College. You went to college. Was it the University of Denver?
I did. That's where I went.
And did you happen to be involved in student media while there, or maybe did they have a radio station that you listened to?
I was just thinking about that. DU did have a radio station. It was an online radio station. So we didn't have, college radio wasn't huge for DU, but when I was in college, I was tapping into college radio through the internet, across the country and stuff.
Do you still do that? Do you still seek some out just to see what they're playing?
Oh, yeah. I mean, usually, sometimes I'll just, do a Google search of, great college radio stations and try to find one that I haven't listened to. But, I'm always kind of on the hunt for new music, and I know that, one of the main ways I'm going to find that, the kind of bands that I want to hear, which are all kinds of bands, but just kind of, usually a little left of center in some way or another, I get that through college radio.
So that gets me to something, though. When you're first starting out, and you're trying to get your songs out there, did college radio play a big part in getting your music out there?
Definitely. I mean, I think college radio played my music before anybody else did. So, and that was where I always would look, because they would have, the college radio. Was there, a chart or something? There was something that would, I think there was, an era of Rolling Stone where they used to have that stuff in the back, and they'd be, top 10 college radio songs or whatever, and it would always turn me on to bands I'd never heard about. So, but yes, it definitely was a world that, embraced me far before any other.
Do you happen to remember any particular station? I mean, was there one that played you first, and that was the first time you heard your stuff on the radio?
You know what? I couldn't tell you on that. I feel like KUTX was pretty good to me. I know that they played my album Let Down, so that was definitely one of the first places to play my music, I feel like.
You're right. You can find a lot of artists and bands kind of just starting out, or some that are more regional that you would never hear on traditional radio, right?
Oh, yeah. mean, I remember I was listening to the college radio station in Kansas City, and that's the first time I heard Courtney Barnett's Avant Gardener. And I was like, what is this? This is the best thing I've ever heard. And, you know, knew about her from then on, you know. And that, I mean, then the radio, like, more mainstream stations started to play her. But that was, I feel like college radio always gives you the cool stuff first.
We're going to turn that into a promo, by the way. You just said that, right? College radio gives you the cool stuff. Thank you for that.
They do. It's like they know before anybody else does, you know, so.
And we play Courtney Barnett, too. So if you're friends with her and you can let her know that we play her and give us a shout-out, we'd appreciate that.
I wish I was friends with her. Maybe we'll get to be friends someday.
Lily, thank you so much for the time. Good luck on the tour.
Thank you.
Hey, this is Joan Jett from the Blackhearts. Happy World College Radio Day.
Hi, this is Dr. Demento bringing you mad music and crazy comedy at drdemento.com, and you are getting demented on College Radio Day.
Hi, I'm Candace from Radio Disney, and I support College Radio Day.
Happy College Radio Day. I'm Todd Richards from WBWC 88.3 FM The Sting in Cleveland, Ohio. Recently, I had the chance to speak with Jim Kerr, the lead vocalist of Simple Minds, about how important college radio was to his band.
Hi there, this is Jim Kerr from Simple Minds, wishing everyone a happy College Radio Day. Have a great time.
Tell me your experiences with college radio.
Well, college radio was the only radio that we could get on or get into. When we first came to the States, you know, the big rock stations, they were still playing Led Zeppelin, and they were still playing The Who, and they were still playing, they really weren't playing, maybe they would play The Cars or some David Bowie or something, but certainly not, you know, you couldn't, you wouldn't have heard U2's first album on mainstream rock, or you certainly wouldn't have heard R.E.M., The Cure. The lifeblood for all of us was college radio, which took some understanding because we didn't know what it was. We have hospital radio here, where the little independent and the DJs learn their tricks there. But we didn't have anything here where university radio or college radio where you could hear stuff in the surrounding areas. So the idea that colleges had radios, and the idea so brilliantly for us that they would be so alternative in their taste, that was, in terms of encouragement, that was the very oxygen we all needed. And to hear that, oh, you know, you're number 20 in college radio this week. Wow, who's number one? Psychedelic Furs. Great. So that encouragement was great, but not only was it great just because people could hear the sounds through college radio, it took us a while to understand that, you know, you could then go and play live to really big crowds too, you know, because college radio really could sell. It could help you sell tickets. That's an understatement. You know, you go to Berkeley or you go whatever, it was amazing. You in Cleveland had a more open look. I know that. What was the station that broke all the stuff there?
That would be MMS was the commercial station that did it. Yeah.
So, I mean, Cleveland, that was I think Cleveland was an aberration in the sense. It was more like Canada in that sense where, you know, Canada's obvious connection to Britain, they were a bit more open to European tastes. Cleveland was different. I know that people like David Bowie and stuff were getting big guns in Cleveland before he was getting elsewhere. Maybe New York, maybe LA, but you know, Cleveland was like, I'll spit it out. Cleveland knew it, and so did college radio.
For College Radio Day, I'm Todd Richards.
This is Uncle Floyd. Happy World College Radio Day 2020.
You are listening to World College Radio Day.
Hi, I'm Chris. And I'm Johnny.
Hi, I'm Guy.
And I'm Will. We're from the band Coldplay, and we support College Radio Day.
Hey, this is Sean Lennon, and I support College Radio.
Estás escuchando el Día Mundial de la Radio Universitaria.
Hey
everybody, this is Grace Potter. Thank you for supporting World College Radio Day.
Salut, vous écoutez le jour mondial des radios universitaires.
Hi, this is Jeremiah Freites from Lumineers, and I support World College Radio Day.
Hi, I'm Alanis Morissette, and I support college radio. But I won't do your homework. Please don't ask me.
And I love college. This is World College Radio Day.
You're listening to World College Radio Day. Global Solidarity Rocks. Randy Blythe is the lead singer of heavy metal band Lamb of God. Here, he talks about the importance of college radio, plus his experience hosting a college radio show.
This Friday, October 2nd, we celebrate the 10th annual World College Radio Day, where hundreds of college radio stations around the world will come together to celebrate the unique medium of college radio. Can you talk about the importance of college radio for our genre, heavy metal, and what it means to you personally?
Well, I have no idea about the importance of college radio for genre, for heavy metal, and I'm glad that college radio still exists because it's always been kind of a training ground, I think, for people who go into the industry. There's a lot of people who now work in the industry professionally who came from college radio. And I myself had a college radio show at VCU. Yes, I did. And it was my freshman year of college. The second semester, I had a college radio show with this other guy, Chris, I knew. And regrettably, at that time, the VCU college radio station, you could only hear it on like the first floor of one of the dorms and in the cafeteria, I think. And I had a show that was like midnight to 2 a.m. So almost nobody heard it, but it was a great experience to be able to go up there, and I got, records I could write on the station's letterhead and get promotional stuff, and just sit there and learn how to play music and how to DJ a little bit. And also, we used to have a lot of fun with the public service announcements.
Yes.
Like with the YMCA would be offering swimming lessons. And we were pretty horrific. If anybody had actually been listening, we probably would have gotten in trouble, because it's like the YMCA is offering free swimming lessons, and the copy would read something like, each year 300 children drown every month because they don't know how to swim. Don't let your kid be part of that. Go down to the YMCA because they're offering swimming lessons or whatever. But the way we would do it is like one person would be ready to read it in like a really dark voice. Each year 300 kids drown. The other person would be gargling water like, oh, help! I also I also did a thing where I told people that I was going to give away $100 in those plastic Easter eggs.
Yeah.
The station room was on the third floor of this building on West Franklin Street. And I said it one night, I got a $100 bill, and I was like, anyone that will be outside the station at this address at 1:30 a.m. I have hidden a $100 bill, and I think it was around Easter, around an Easter egg somewhere in the front yard. Just come on down. It's not hard to find. Come get it, and when you get here, we'll put you on the air, and you can request whatever you want to hear. Nobody showed up. So that shows you that our listenership was perhaps non-existent.
All-time low.
Yeah, it was an all-time low because I had a $100 bill waiting for people. But it was a good experience, man. I really enjoyed it. And it was cool. Do you guys play vinyl still?
Yeah, we actually have a day where we dedicate to vinyl. It's called Vinylthon, and we play everything off vinyl. It's like a really fun event.
Right. Well, we only had vinyl, so it was kind of cool, learn how to fade between songs and all that stuff. It was a lot of fun. It was a really good experience. So I'm glad that college radio still exists.
2020 has been a very rough year, from the pandemic to murder hornets, from the collapse of the global economy and societal issues. This is the 10th year anniversary of this global celebration, and our theme is Global Solidarity Rocks. As 100 stations unite across the globe to celebrate our day, connect and remind everyone we are in this together. So my question to you, Randy, is can you think of a professional or personal experience in which the solidarity of others made a difference?
Of course. Yeah, of course, man. Many, many, many, many, many, many experiences. I think for me as a musician, I get to experience that pretty often when we go on tour, particularly in different countries, because at our shows, you will see people of all different races, all different colors, all different creeds, all different beliefs, and they're all there for the same reason, and they all leave feeling better. You know, music is the great equalizer, and people often ask me questions. They're like, what are the difference between fans in Europe and the fans in South America, or the fans in Asia and the fans in Australia? And I'm like, nothing at all. Maybe the way they look, but really they all are there to do the same thing. And they all wear black T-shirts, and most of them have long hair, but they're all there to do the same thing, which is, you know, get that stress and that anxiety and that aggression out through this release we call music and this feeling of community. So, yeah, and I see that all the time. It makes a difference in people's lives. It really does. And there's a lot of solidarity in that. Right now, most recently, I mean, yesterday I was out with a massive group of protesters here in Richmond, walking on the streets, protesting the death of Mr. Floyd up in Minneapolis, and there was a great feeling of unity, and it ended peacefully, which is really good. And that's something I needed, because these are dark times, you know, and you saw people helping each other and being loving to each other. And that's the way it should be. It's regrettable that it takes a tragedy sometimes to bring this kind of altruistic behavior out in each other. But I think we can change that if we just stay positive and express solidarity, you know?
Definitely, yeah. We just got to remember to connect and remind everyone that we are in this together. So, Randy,
yeah, we are all human beings. We are all human beings. That's what, you know, everybody needs to realize.
100%. Well, Randy, thank you for taking the time out of your day to do this. I greatly appreciate this. And are there any upcoming events or anything that we should be looking forward to?
Not that I know of. Everything's canceled, bro.
Okay.
You tell me.
Well, thank you, man. Thank you so much for doing this, and have a great rest of your day.
You too.
This is Mike Myers, and you're listening to the sauciest college station on this frequency.
Todd Richards of WBWC The Sting is back with another interview.
I'm Todd Richards from WBWC Berea, 88.3 FM The Sting, just outside Cleveland, Ohio. I recently had the chance to speak with drummer Chris Frantz, of course, of Tom Tom Club and the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inducted Talking Heads. I asked him about the importance of college radio in Talking Heads' earliest days.
Hi, this is Chris Frantz from Talking Heads and also Tom Tom Club, wishing you a very happy College Radio Day. I went to college. Pay attention, there's going to be a quiz later.
You're doing a community radio station, a monthly kind of residency, I guess, once a month. What were the call letters again?
It's WPKN.
PKN. Kudos to them. And obviously that's a great outlet for you. But the whole Talking Heads world owes a lot, I would say, to the college radio world. And we're coming up on yet another College Radio Day, and I wanted to ask you if you could talk a little bit about, you know, the effect it had on you, if you were conscious of it while you were coming up the ranks and whatnot.
Yeah, sure. College radio was so important to us. I mean, a lot of times college radio would be the only radio that was playing our record, particularly in the earlier days when we were getting the idea to have a band and move to New York and do this whole thing. The station we were listening to was WBRU in Providence, Brown University's station. And we went back to BRU many times to, you know, do interviews. And I think once we even performed for them live. But as we traveled around the country, it was often to college radio stations that we would zero in because that was our audience. And if we were nice enough to them and brought a few T-shirts, they would play our record.
I'll fully admit I'm wearing my English Beat T-shirt right now.
Thank you very much, Todd. It's a pleasure talking to you.
For College Radio Day, I'm Todd Richards.
World College Radio Day, a day where college radio stations across the globe unite to celebrate the most powerful medium.
Radio is like word of mouth that very much influences whatever's going on.
This is World College Radio Day.
Hello, my name is Annabella Pullen, and I am president of College Radio Day 2020. What a year this one has been, but also what a fantastic year for college radio. We are known for adapting and being versatile and working on a shoestring budget. But this year, it was that adaptability, it was that determination to go against all odds that kept so many radio stations on the air, either by having a small crew come in and do their shows or submitting their shows remotely from the safety of their own homes. On behalf of the College Radio Task Force team and the World College Radio Day Cabinet, I would like to thank the almost 600 college radio stations in 38 countries, 6 continents that joined us today. And we hope that beyond this celebration, you will continue to draw on the strength of our united student stations. We understand that this has been a challenge of a year, but we also know that the hope that each and every one of you bring to this day is the kind of hope that the world needs. And the kind of solidarity that we see in college radio on this day is the kind of global solidarity that will rock us back into a rhythm and will help us succeed and unite to fight this pandemic together. We hope that you will join us next year on October 1st for our 11th annual World College Radio Day. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy, long live college radio. Que viva la radio universitaria.
The College Radio Foundation is grateful for the support of the following sponsors who have made donations to College Radio Fund. Gold sponsors include B&H Photo Video Pro Audio at bhphotovideo.com, Hindenburg at hindenburg.com, Live365 at live365.com, Spinitron at spinitron.com. Our silver sponsors include Airtime Source Fabric at airtime.pro, Broadcasters General Store at bgs.cc, Button Punks, Comrex at comrex.com, Emission Analytics at emissionanalytics.com, Jaeger Lumber at jaegerlumber.com, RCS Sound Software at rcsworks.com, Real World at realworld.com, Win OMT Software at imediatouch.com, WMSC 90.3 FM at Montclair State University at WMSCradio.com. This special radio program has been created for World College Radio Day 2020. I've been your host, Zeb Navarro. This program was produced by the College Radio Foundation. Producer, Zeb Navarro. Join us next year on October 1st as we go to 11 for our 11th World College Radio Day. For more information on World College Radio Day and the important work that the College Radio Foundation does, please visit collegeradio.org.
On the 2nd of October, student radios from all around the world will come together as one for World College Radio Day.
This year, more than ever, students from all around the world will unite for World College Radio Day.
This year's theme for World College Radio Day is Global Solidarity Rocks. Today is World College Radio Day.
On Friday, October 2nd, students from all around the world come together for World College Radio Day.
El viernes 2 de octubre, los estudiantes del planeta se unen en el Día Mundial de la Radio Universitaria.
Hi, everybody. This is David Ellison of Megadeth, and college radio rocks solidarity because music is the language that unites us all around the world.
Il 2 ottobre le radio studentesche da tutto il mondo si uniranno per World College Radio Day.
World College Radio Day в эфире 2 октября.
This year more than ever, global solidarity will bring students together for World College Radio Day.
Den 2 oktober enas studentradion från hela världen för World College Radio Day.
World College Radio Day is an international platform where students can make their voices heard
and lead the way for future generations.
Rendez-vous le 2 octobre pour World College Radio Day.
For more information, check out worldcollegeradioday.com.
You should be listening to it while you're doing your freaking homework.
For more info about World College Radio Day, please visit worldcollegeradioday.com or follow us on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter.
You are listening to World College Radio Day.
State ascoltando la diretta della giornata mondiale delle radio universitarie.
Ihr hört gerade zu dem Welttag der Uniradios.
Estás escuchando el Día Mundial de la Radio Universitaria.
World College Radio Day. World College Radio Day.
Hello to the world.
Καλημέρα σε όλους. Εκπέμπουμε ζωντανά από το ραδιοφωνικό σταθμό του Πανεπιστημίου Πατρών.
Από την Ελλάδα σε όλο τον κόσμο. Για το World College Radio Day.
Estão a ouvir o Dia Mundial das Rádios Universitárias.
Sinä kuuntelet maailman opiskelijaradiopäivää World College Radio Day.
You tuned in to World College Radio Day, a day where college radio stations across the globe unite to celebrate the most powerful medium.
Today is World College Radio Day.
Día Mundial de la Radio Universitaria, la radio como nunca antes la has escuchado.
College Radio Day is ready to rock the world.
Aujourd'hui, c'est World College Radio Day.
Idag är det World College Radio Day.
La giornata mondiale delle radio studentesche.
World College Radio Day. A day like you've never witnessed before.
Hi, I'm David Ellison of Megadeth, and on Friday, October 2nd, students around the world come together for World College Radio Day.
Quality radio like you've never heard it before.
World College Radio Day är redo att rocka världen.
World College Radio Day, c'est la journée internationale de la radio étudiante.
Solidarität vereint Studierende aus aller Welt.
This year, more than ever, students from all around the world will unite for World College Radio Day.
Día Mundial de la Radio Universitaria, la radio como nunca antes la has escuchado.
World College Radio Day is an international platform where students can make their voices heard and bring future generations together.
Самый лучший день для студентов, которые любят радио.
For more information, please visit worldcollegeradioday.com.
Man, I love college. Do I really have to graduate, or can I just stay here for the rest of my life?
For more info about World College Radio Day, please visit worldcollegeradioday.com or follow us on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter.
Radio, radio, radio, radio, radio, radio, radio, Katipunan.
W Eagle kami di mapipigil sa pagbabalitang tumpaan tama. Buhay Atenista sa loob sa labas ng eskwela, ating ibibida lahat ng eskwela. Radyo, radyo, radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, radyo, radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Kawan ni Ignacio, Katipunero,